Hi everyone, welcome back to Total War Therapy, and it has been a very long time that I wanted to do this, so I will finally rank every construct from the Tom King's unit roster. So don't forget to subscribe if you enjoy my video, and let's begin. In the last place we find the Bone Giant, and you can believe me, I'm very sad for this choice. If you ask me about my favorite units in the game, I can tell you that this giant skeleton with a huge magical bow is definitely one of my favorite monsters. But if I have to be honest with you about his performance, he's just not good at his job. He's supposed to be a monster killer. It has a lot of range of 350 like an artillery piece and a lot of missile strength that is also ammo piercing and anti-large with magical effect. But many times it missed the target, and the accuracy is just essential for this kind of unit, and his damage overall is just not that effective against the monsters that most of times they have a very big health. Even the reload time is not that fast, so the enemy will be close to you sooner than you may hope, and at the same time at melee, even if it's quite tough, so it doesn't go down very easily, he is not effective at that. So I mean, it's a missile monster and he's not that good at that, so I'm very sorry, but I had to give him the last position. In the second last place there are the Ushabti. I have to say that they are a very great unit, but they are in this position just because the other constructs of Tom Kings, in my opinion, they are better. The Ushabti are a monstrous infantry, they are a support monstrous infantry because they don't have a lot of charge. But to compensate that, they have plenty of armor of 90 and good melee defense, a lot of weapon strength with anti-infantry and ammo piercing. They cause fear, that is something that you don't have to underestimate. So you have to wait the front line of your enemy or cavalry, whatever, to attack your front line, your base units, your base formation, and at that point you can charge them. As I said, the charge is not that good, so their job will be just to help to support your melee infantry to deal actually damage to the enemy, because as you know, the melee infantry of Tom Kings is just very weak. They have poor damage, so they need an extra ammo piercing support, and the Ushabti are very great at that. Of course they are constructs, so be careful about the leadership, because at some point they will go down. In the next place we find the Khemrian Warsphinx. As I said, in this case we're talking about all great units, so it's not in this position because it's bad, but just because the other constructs, in my opinion, are better. The Khemrian Warsphinx is a single entity monster with a missile support attack, but its most powerful ability is its melee. He is a high charging, he has a lot of charge bonus of 64, an amazing speed of 68 that is the same of a slow cavalry, a lot of armor of 95, it costs terror as the Ushabti, and it has a lot of weapon strength. How to use it? You have just to send it against infantry, cavalry, other monsters, and bring havoc to the battlefield. I would not suggest to just use it in a static way, so to make it stand still in one position, but it's better to attack multiple units from multiple sides, and in this way you can use the cost terror and the charge bonus in a very powerful way, and you will see many of your enemies start to rout. At the 7th place we find the Necropolis Knights. They are a monstrous cavalry with the poison attack, because they are snake basically. They have a very low number of entities, but at the same time they are quite powerful. A lot of weapon strength with ammo piercing, a decent charge bonus. They of course cause terror, good melee attack and good melee defense. They have the poison effect that reduces the stats of the enemy, a lot of armor, even more than the previous unit with 110, and they are also shielded. A good speed and everything. How to use this unit? Just as a normal cavalry. Of course, don't try to flank the enemy that hard because they are not that fast as many other cavalry, but they are very powerful since they're with their charge bonus, and I mean they are quite protected with the shield and the armor, so they will not suffer damage that easily. But yeah, still be careful about spearmen or other anti-large units because they can be dangerous for them. But I mean, in any case, they are quite strong. They are powerful, monstrous cavalry, and you can definitely rely on them. One place above, we find the Necropolis Knights with Halberds. Now, I think that this unit is superior to the other colleagues because they are definitely excellent at their job. Compared to the normal Necropolis Knights, they have lower attributes. They have lower attack, defense, weapon strength and charge bonus. But they have the anti-large bonus, and that makes them just crazy at their job. You can use them to defend your flanks, for example. If the cavalry is attacking you from multiple sides, they can be a good barrier. And they have the poison effect that in this case is even more useful because reduces the speed of the cavalry that will probably try to sneak around and find another way to go into your formation. So they're excellent at what they do, and if you put them against, as I say, cavalry and the other little monsters, they will never lose the fight. In the middle of the ranking we find the Necrosphinx. This, at the beginning in Total War Warhammer 2, it was probably my favorite unit, but now in Total War Warhammer 3 I just realized it's probably not that good. It's still a very good single entity monster with plenty of armor, a very good speed, this is damnly fast, this unit, with a good melee attack, a good melee defense, a weapon strength that it's just insane. It's 640 with the ammo piercing, the anti-large bonus, a lot of charge bonus, they cost terror of course. And what is good this unit is at defense. You're with a lot of versatility and dynamicity your formation, because it's very fast and I mean just terrorizing. So if you see that there is an area of the battle where your units are struggling, are in need, you can send them there very fast. You know, it doesn't feel any friction. Okay, it can go over infantry, cavalry characters, whatever, and it's very strong at tearing down other monsters, characters with mounts. So yeah, it's definitely very good. As I say, that I just think that there are probably units better at what they do, but yeah, it's definitely an amazing choice for your army composition, but remember that it's very expensive. Of course, in this case we talk just about the multiplayer, because in the campaign, who cares? At the fourth place we find the Hierotitan. I think this is the right pronunciation. Now, back in Total War Warhammer 2, actually I didn't have a very good consideration of this unit, but I have re-evaluated it in the late times. It's still a single entity monster, very huge. I mean, it's definitely tall. I mean, there are many tall units in this game, but it's taller than them. It has a lot of armor, I mean, the speed is just nothing. The melee attack and melee defense are very good. I mean, the melee attack it's crazy and is with the flaming effect, magical effect, and you have to consider that being a giant humanoid, his defense is better than you may think, because he will not get surrounded by many units. So if you send it against a bunch of infantry, he will slowly destroy all of them. His animation are very cool, are probably some of the coolest in this roster. The weapon strength is also amazing, the charge bonus, I mean, nothing to mention. And then it has 3 abilities: the Spirit Leech, that is a spell of death, lore of magic, that is good against characters. Then the Burning Gates, that is a magic missiles good against infantry, cavalry and so on. And then he has the Spirit Conduit that helps the power recharge and the spell mastery of the wizards of your army. So it's definitely good at everything. It's a support, strong tank, monster, and yeah, definitely a very good choice for your roster. But be careful about missile units, because if they cross their fire on you, I mean, it will go down unfortunately very easily. At the third place we find the Tomb Scorpion. This is another incredible unit of this roster. I mean, on the card it's actually not that strong. It has of course a lot of armor, a lot, not that much speed. I mean, there are units that we already talked about that have a better speed. Good melee attack, good melee defense, but nothing exceptional. The weapon strength is also good, and infantry, ammo piercing. It has vanguard deployment, so you can deploy it in a more versatile way. But the actually good quality, the best quality of this unit, it's his elusive animation. And if you play with Tom Kings, you know what I'm talking about. So it's still a support little monster, and with the poison effect and everything, you can reduce the stats of your enemy, but yeah, it will not have problem of any kind, because it will jump from one side to the other. It will go under the ground and then come up, and yeah, definitely very good, very hard to put down. If you play against Tom Kings, you know that is just insane, is crazy, and it's out of control. It is very hard to catch. So yeah, a very nice unit, and compared to the other is not that expensive. At the second place we find the Ushabti with great bows. Now this unit is incredible. I'm so in love with them, and they're probably my favorite unit, but in the ranking I think they deserve just the second place. They are like Ushabti, they have a lower stat, but actually is just the weapon strength, and I mean a little less leadership and a little less weapon strength without the anti-infantry bonus of the normal Ushabti. But I mean, to compensate that, they got some giant bow with ammo piercing damage, a lot of range of 255 that is superior to any missile infantry, with a lot of missile strength, and they are so good against cavalry monsters. No character and no single entities, have to be honest with you, but against character they're so powerful against monsters infantry too, and if you defend them well, they can stay all the time to shoot with their arrows, with their giant arrows that are actually they're basically ballista. It's the only probably good ballista bolt thrower of the game. And when you run out of ammo, you can definitely use them at melee, and they are definitely good at that. They cause fear. That as I said before, this is an attribute that you should not underestimate, because a little more through the end of the game, all the enemy units will start to wavering. So if you attack them with your Ushabti with great bows that cause fear, you will see that they will just run away, and at that point you will do the double of the job. And yeah, they're just insane, so please recruit many of them in your army. Finally, we have the first place, and we got the Sepulchral Stalkers. Now, this unit for me is the best construct in the Tom Kings unit roster. They have a lot of armor, a good speed, good melee attack and good melee defense, even if they're not exceptional, a good weapon strength, anti-large armor piercing, and this crazy missile attack with very little range, just 80, very few ammunition but with magical effect, and a lot of missile strength armor piercing. They are just crazy, and they have the charge defense versus large, so where you can definitely use them to defend from monsters, cavalry, as flankers, and they have the stalk. So you can send them around the battlefield, sneak around the enemy and attack their back, attack their monsters, attack their missile units. You can use them in so many different ways, and they are very powerful. Even if you just focus on large units like, they're probably supposed to be, you will see the difference. You will see that it's so hard to take them down, and they will do their job so well. So yeah, they're just amazing. And say that I really hope to see more construct, more Tom Kings unit in the next DLCs. So just let's cross the finger and see you very soon.